Paula from Casey Creates. It's early morning. I'm trying to talk quietly, but I wanted to turn on the camera and just chat with you a little bit. I don't even think it's 6 a.m. It's 5:41 a.m. and I am caught procrastinating. Every year we have 2 sales at the studio I work for, and I've just been really dragging my feet getting pottery made for it. So I thought I would show you the series of work I'm working on. And this is the line of work that I create for the springtime sale. And it's a white clay body, even though it looks gray right now. It's in the greenware stage. And I take coils of clay and I twist them into these braids. And now I'm at this stage. Well, let me show you what I build them on. I build them on these forms that are like this, and I start upside down. So I've taken it off the form, and now I have to put these little brace pieces, even though they're decorative to the person that looks at it, they're actually helping hold the form, the support of the form. So I'm scoring a little bit. I roll all my coils by hand because it's just really a kind of relaxing process for me. And I don't know, it seems that the form looks different if I extrude them out of the extruder machine versus rolling them by hand. So then I just take some water. Oh, and I have my coffee with cinnamon on top. Oops, I need a napkin now or something. It's not very smart. Right there. And then I just put some slip. This is mostly water. It doesn't really have clay in it, all the way around. Excuse me, and on the back side as well. So anyway, I'm playing catch up, but trying not to rush, because if I create in a rushed manner, the forms look like I rushed. And I've really been enjoying making these. It's Friday, April 1st, and I say that because it's April Fool's Day. Do people play tricks on you on April Fool's Day? I grew up in a household with a brother that just thought pranks were the best thing in the world, and I never really liked pranks. But I'm laughing because I don't have to think very hard to tell stories of the pranks my brother has played. Like the time he put a mannequin or a dummy in my mother's bed. My dad was a bus driver and he worked late, sometimes the night shift. So he put this mannequin in the bed, in my mother's bed, after school. And so my mother had been out, and when she got home, she thought my dad had overslept because she saw this big lump still under the covers. And she started saying, "George," and shaking him to say, "You're late, get up." Well, of course, she pulled the covers back to find a fake thing. And I think he had put like one of my dad's shirts on it or something. And she started screaming. But because it was her son, she immediately knew who did it and who to go after. So that was one of very many April Fool's jokes my brother made. So this is, yeah, how I attach my little pieces of coil around to the back on each of these baskets. I call these berry baskets. However, this one is much larger than it's more like a fruit tray. I'll show you the size I make for the berry baskets. I'm going to get all of these on. I have a little trick when I roll my coils to make them a little more twisted. Or I guess a prettier twist, I should say. And I try not to make these, the brace ones that I'm doing, I try not to make them too short because the clay will shrink as it dries, and then they tend to want to pull apart. So I just give them a nice little squeeze all the way around. I hope I'm not talking too quiet, but our household is still sleeping. But this is the time that I really like to work. Not that there's any demands on me really when they're not sleeping, because they're all grown up. I'm just a little more distracted, I think, than when I know everybody's sleeping. It's probably still that mom in me. When you have the early morning children that get up and you just know they're up, so you feel like you're on call or something. With some coffee. I'm going to move that because it's probably making people nervous, being that it's right by my computer. So I just have a few more of these to attach. And then, oops, made that one too short. And then I'm going to move on to the baskets that I like, called grapevine baskets. I don't know if I've done any like that. But I just had to regroup because I've been so excited about this container garden that I'm going to do this year. And we're looking at videos on all the things that you can do to amend your soil and make it nice and, you know, foolproof, which is what I need. It's been a long time since I've had a garden, and I don't think I've done a small container garden many years ago, but I'm not going to grow a large variety of things, but I would like to grow a nice hearty variety of the vegetables that we eat. So I'm planning to do squash, tomatoes, onions, potatoes, which has really been interesting to watch all the creative ways you can grow potatoes. I'm even going to try sweet potatoes because they say sweet potatoes grow really well in the south where it's very hot. Just taking a damp paintbrush, and smoothing out noticeable score marks. It also helps smooth out a little bit of the possible sharp edges, even though I think my glaze will take care of that. Oops, I got two more here. Thankfully I still have some coil left. Just break those in half. Oh, I actually have one of my dishes here that I can show you, one of the finished ones. It's just, oh no, this isn't one of the Loopy bowls, but I'll show you. Give that a press and do one more. Let's make sure I'm not forgetting any. Nope. So this is mostly leather hard right now, which means it's not soft enough to ball back up except for the little twists that I'm putting around it. And clay, you have to work in stages or things just go awry and get all slumpy or crispy. So when I'm teaching pottery, I really try to help students understand that you can't just create it all in one night. You gotta wait for things to set up and be ready. A little lump right there, I don't want that. Okay, so I think that's all. I used to decorate more because those of you who know my crafting, paper and lace craft, I love adding embellishments. But for these, because there's so much twisting and there's the decorative bottom, I don't know if you can see that. I used to put like little flowers in each little dip, flower applique or clay applique flowers, and I used to put or little dots or things like that. But this is done. I think this just needs to dry now. Here's a smaller one I did, and this one I wanted to try a different loop. Ended up looking more like a pretzel, but I don't think it'll translate pretzel once I get it glazed. This is the bottom, which I need to sign before it gets too dry. I just put my little foot on here. I don't know if you know, but my logo has been a foot ever since high school. My maiden name is Walker. My brother called me Bigfoot, and so I embraced it. And it's always been a foot. Now I don't scrape away the little crummies until it's dry so that they don't go down in the little grooves of my carving. And so that's basically a smaller one that I would put a big mound of strawberries in. That's what I would do, but whoever used it, purchased it, could put whatever they want. And the cool thing about these is you can put them in the oven and they get you know, to whatever degree you want, because they fire to 1800 degrees or hotter. So of course you can put them in a hot oven, and then you put your little tea towel in your bread, and it keeps your bread warm. So this is one before it's been fired. I have this little tray I've been working on. It's a clay dish. And this is one where I've been able to translate my lace into the dish by rolling it into the clay. And this is a porcelain. And then it's just got a plain white foot on the bottom. But this is just a simple little tray, and I've been making some of these. I'll show you, let's see which one. Here's a small one I can show you. So I put a little square foot on the bottom with that same decorative roller, and then the little beaded trim on the inside. And this is a sweet little, I don't know, maybe a ring dish. Let me get up and I'll go over here and grab a bigger one and show you. So this one was made along the same lines as this one, and it's the same clay. It's gonna fire white. This is the bottom. I still have to clean these up by going around the edges, and I think craftsmanship is really important on pieces you want to sell especially. So I'll go around and just make sure everything's sealed well and smoothed off and signed. And this surface is quite smooth even though it's textured. And then I just put the little beaded trim again. And when it's glazed, the difference will be these are all going to be white and sort of a translucent white on white. And this one's called transparent clear, and it has that nice, I don't know what color you would call it. It's not quite amber, ecru, I guess. So that's what I've been working on. And let's see, do I have any more woven pieces? I don't think so. I made one of these in a really big oval as well, which makes for a nice platter or tray. So I just wanted to say hi. Oh, here's a butter dish. I'm going to make a couple of these for the sale. This one was fun. And I make the tray the same way I make these little dishes. You make a flat piece, and then you use what's called a press plate, and you press it into the clay and the edges pop up. You press it, I'm sorry, into foam rubber, which is this. And when you press down on the flat piece, the edges pop up so that you can have an immediate little dish. They're really fun to make. So back to my little makeshift studio for now. The only thing I have to do that I can't do here at home is run over to my sister's where my potter's wheel is. She has a really nice size studio, and so I keep my wheel over there, and I'll be making some cups. This is a cup I made, actually, the one with my coffee in it this morning. And sorry, that's cinnamon, if you're wondering what's on my coffee, but I made this one by hand. I didn't make this one on the wheel. I love making cups by hand. So it's kind of nice to have a quiet morning to finish up my work. I have to let it dry under plastic first because I don't want it to dry too fast. And then by Sunday, I think I'll be ready to put it all in the kiln. The sale is a week from Saturday, but I think I'll be okay. I don't like waiting this late, but like I said, my garden kind of got me distracted, even though it's not difficult to get me distracted. But I'm grateful for a craft that I can make and have fun making and potentially make money at the same time. That's always a nice combination. I hope everyone is well. I've been doing live videos on Sundays at 3 p.m. My plan is to still do that this coming Sunday, even though it's studio clean day at Clayworks where I work, where everybody has to come and give 2 hours. So we usually go to church still via computer, but I'm going to do that and then do my studio clean and hopefully be back in time to do my live at 3 o'clock. If for some reason I'm running late or can't do it, I will definitely send you a little message letting you know, because we've just gotten off to a great start, and I don't want to cancel or change the time if I don't have to. So my goal is still Sunday at 3 p.m. To do a live where we are just going to be casual and chat and create, and I want to go kind of old school and just do fun fabric flowers because I haven't made those in a while, and they're because I'm still trying to do the chat and craft at the same time, which I'm learning isn't as easy as it looks. I thought maybe I'd create something that's not as challenging but would give us something to do and enjoy while we visit with one another. So thanks for stopping by with me this early morning. I hope you're able to have a nice quiet moment with a cup of coffee or tea and enjoy your day, and I will see everyone again soon. Bye for now.